The tragic tale of goddess Sati and King Daksha. The tragic story of goddess Sati's death. Long ago, goddess Sati, the daughter of King Daksha, was deeply devoted to Lord Shiva. Despite her father's disapproval, she chose Shiva as her husband and happily lived with him on Mount Kailash. However, King Daksha harbored great hatred for Shiva, considering him an ascetic unworthy of his daughter. One day, Daksha organized a grand yajna, sacrificial ritual, and invited all gods and sages, except Shiva. Sati, upon hearing about the event, felt hurt and questioned why her father had ignored her husband. Shiva advised her not to go, saying that attending an event where she was unwelcome would bring only sorrow. But Sati, unable to resist the pull of her father's home, insisted on going alone. Upon reaching the yajna, she was met with humiliation. Daksha insulted Shiva publicly, calling him a wild, untamed yogi who roamed the mountains with ghosts and wore animal skins. Hearing these words, Sati was devastated. She tried to defend Shiva, but her father's arrogance knew no bounds. Overcome with grief and anger, she declared that she could no longer live in a body born from such a disrespectful father. In front of the entire assembly, Sati sat in deep meditation and invoked her inner fire. Through the sheer power of her yogic energy, she immolated herself, reducing her body to ashes. When Lord Shiva learned of Sati's death, his grief turned into fury. In his wrath, he created Vorabhadra, a fierce warrior, and sent him to destroy Daksha's yajna. The ritual was ruined, and Daksha was beheaded. Later, Shiva, in his mercy, restored Daksha's life but replaced his head with that of a goat. Still heartbroken, Shiva carried Sati's burning body across the universe, unable to let go of her. To end his sorrow, Lord Vishnu used his Sudarshana chakra to cut Sati's body into pieces, which fell across different parts of the land. These sacred sites became the Shakti Pithas, powerful places of worship for the goddess. Thus, Sati's sacrifice marked the beginning of a new chapter, her divine rebirth as goddess Parvati, who would once again unite with Shiva in her next life. This story reminds us of the power of love, the pain of separation, and the eternal connection between Shiva and Shakti. Follow for more insightful stories like this.